What's going on, guys? UCLA fans, I know it's been a long time since I've last used this channel and made a video, but football season's upon us. This is, first of all, I like to say congrats to the baseball team on making Omaha. Sadly, I know they lost to Arizona and then lost to Florida State, but it happens. Congrats to Arizona on winning the College World Series. Now back on to the Bruins. Bruin football. Jim Mora Jr. New era, new everything, and there aren't many expectations. This is one of those unattractive hires that no one is really, at least they don't exactly love it. The fans, I know us as fans, I mean, with all that's happening in Los Angeles, everyone's picking those other guys to win the national title, and it sucks. But going on with this team, who knows who's going to be the quarterback right now? No one knows. I'd like to see Brent Hundley, and I think every fan does too, just to get him experience. Whether we win or lose, I'd like to see him get playing time. Jonathan Franklin, the guy who runs the ball well, but he's got to hang on to the ball. Sometimes I get annoyed he doesn't hang on to it. The running back depth is going to be a little different, of course, with I think Malcolm Jones playing a bit more, Jordan James. I hope they play better and live up to the hype, because those two, a lot of hype when they came out as recruits. And then the wide receivers. Who knows who's going to be our wide receivers? I think Shaq Evans will probably be one of them. Maybe Jerry Johnson. The wide receivers are all different from obviously who graduated last year. There's going to need to be some changes there. Whatever they're playing a pro, I think they're running a spread with what Arizona State did. They got Noel Mazzone. Sounds like a good hire on paper, but I've heard this guy calls a lot of screens and seems predictable. That's what ASU fans have been saying about him. The offensive line, the biggest I guess recruit we would call it coming in is Xavier Suafilo, returning from his Mormon mission after 2 years. Back to the offensive line. It's really good to see him return, honestly. He was really good as a true freshman, and now hopefully he's getting back to football shape. But the offensive line, there's still a lot of changes and a lot of people that seem uncertain. I hope they can run block better, and especially pass protect, because pass protection against other teams, quality teams, it's been an issue. On the defensive side, we've seen way too much underachievement, and that their defense has been impossible to watch. Disgusting to watch. A lot of talent, but it doesn't come together. I think they're switching to a 3-4. They're using, I think it's Lou Spanos, switched to a 3-4. I hope it works. I mean, I'm all for it as long as I see some improvement on defense. Cassius Marsh, Dayton Jones, and I believe Brandon Willis, the North Carolina transfer, who bounced back and forth. I hope the defensive line lives up to hype, because the last few years we've seen a lot about Dayton Jones, but he hasn't done a thing, in my opinion. I haven't seen a whole lot from him where I can say I'm impressed, because I haven't been. I know Damian Holmes should be in the linebackers, Eric Kendricks, a little bit of, I believe, Patrick Larimore and Jordan Zumwalt, the linebackers. They are up and down, it seems. There's a lot of highly touted recruits there, but I haven't seen a whole lot. But in the secondary, you got Tevin McDonald. One guy that was positive last year was him, as well as Andrew Abbott. But Sheldon Price, Aaron Hester, they're still here. It's amazing they're still playing. I hope they play better than how they did last year. They seemed very inconsistent. Some of it was coaching, and I know some of it had to do with just Neuheisel being an incompetent coach. He was a player's coach and everything, but the defense as a whole was rough to watch. They were just giving up plays, giving them cushions, playing scared, no pass rush. It's hard to watch. Special teams, kind of uncertain there. I mean, I think Locke is still with us as our punter, but we have Karemi Fairbairn, I think. I can't pronounce his name all the way. I think he's a true freshman coming in. I don't know anything about him. I'm just going to have to judge when I see on the field what he does. I hope he does well, and I wish him the best. But there's a lot of talent on this team if we're going to base it off of recruiting talent, but we haven't seen wins. We haven't seen anything translate into wins. We have a very high, expensive paid coaching staff. I think we got a lot of recruiters, like Adrian Clem and next Demetrius Martin. But I need to see stuff on the field. I need to see coaching. I need to see discipline, because the discipline is not very smart. In the last few years, the penalties are not very smart. If this team just plays smarter football, I'd like to see just improvement. Maybe a 6-6 season I'd be happy with. I don't have high expectations this year. They have a weak enough schedule to win games, and I think they could win 6. That's very capable, but they're going to need to take care of business against teams they're supposed to. At first you play a season opening game on national television against Rice. If we lose that game, we know this is going to be a rough, boring, long season that we probably don't want to see. If we win that game, it's like, all right, there's some hope. You host a tough Nebraska team, that's going to be tough. Down the line, some of these Pac-12 teams, especially in the South, are not that good. Outside of USC and probably Utah, those are the two that'll give us fits. But Arizona State got new coaches; they're in transition mode, and then Colorado is a mess. There's reason for hope that we can win games, but can we play smart football? And I hope it's a team effort. Whatever Jim Moore is doing, he's saying the right things. He's not making bold predictions. He has goals. That's fine. I like that he's handling things from a PR perspective well. I just hope on the field he becomes competent, because in Westwood things have been mediocre for way too long. And the only thing we can look forward to is maybe basketball season with Shabazz Muhammad coming in with a bunch of other recruits. We'll see what happens. But UCLA football, what are your expectations? I think 6-6, maybe 7-5 is realistic. That could happen. Wouldn't surprise me if they're struggling with just the new defense of 3-4 and then new offense of a spread. I mean, it feels weird to see we're even running a spread. I know we ran a pistol the last 2 years, but I just want to see improvement. I just want to see smarter football. That's all I'm asking. I don't have high expectations. Just play smarter. Good luck to the Bruins this year, and I hope to see a lot more improvement. See you guys later. Go Bruins.